Hi, it's Andy here at Photech Video, and in today's video I want to show you how to create photos like this one using just a simple light setup and using a cheap Venetian blind held up on a C-stand. With me here in the studio today I have Valeria, who's going to be our model for this session. Hi Valeria, how are you?
Fine.
Good to have you with us as always. Don't forget to check out her Instagram account, which you can see here on the screen. Now, I could have made this video showing you how to use something like this, which is a projector which you attach to your flashes, and you use different gobos to be able to create the desired effect. As you can see, this gobo is a blind, similar to the Venetian blind that we have here. But not everybody has a projector, not everybody has gobos, and I picked up this Venetian blind for just 10 euros in an offer bin in one of our decoration shops. I'm sure that somebody will ask, how did you fix it onto the bar of the C-stand? Well, have a look at this photo and you will see that what I did was bought some elastic, put some bungee balls, threaded the elastic through, and then used the bungee ball just to hold that elastic in place. I used 3 of those, and that was enough for a 1.20 m blind. Now, in front of the blind, you may not be able to see it, but if I pull it up, there are 2 plastic film sheets in front of the Venetian blind. And hopefully that's going to give us a reflection similar to a window. As we get near to the end of the session, I'm going to spray on some water as well, which will give us a rainy day effect at the same time. So what is the light setup that we have here? Well, I have here my Neewer Q3 200 watt flash, which is attached to my light stand on a bracket. Now this little contraption here, it might look like a lot, but it really isn't. This is a 7-inch reflector, and these barn doors are only here to be able to attach the grid to the front because the grid is too large to put in the actual 7-inch reflector. Why am I using a grid? Well, because I want to direct the light in a particular place. I want the fall off as well to be limited. So I don't want the light to spread, and I don't want the fall off to be too great. So the setup is a little bit different today. Camera number 2 is going to be our main camera for being able to see what's happening here, because camera number 1 probably can't see everything that's happening. So I'll try to mix them in, and I'll try to address myself to the correct camera whenever I can. My camera itself, as always, is my Panasonic S5, and attached to the front of the camera I have my 20 to 60 mm f3.5 to f5.6 kit lens. As always, to take control of the light, I have my camera settings at 1/200th of a second, aperture f5.6, and my ISO is at 100. This means that if I turn off my flash and I take a photo, we will get a completely black image. As you can see, the image is completely black. On top of my camera here, we have 2 pieces of kit. On this side I have my Neewer Q Pro trigger, and on this side I have my Axoon CineView Nano, which is connected by HDMI to my camera, or my camera is connected to it by HDMI, and that gives me the monitor here, which is actually recording my camera monitor, and it also gives another monitor here so that Valeria can see what she's doing as well. So that's basically the whole setup. So let's give it a try and see what results we get. So let's have a look at the flash, and I have it set to 1/32nd power. Now I was doing some experiments earlier before Valeria arrived with Quiet Carol, my mannequin head, but it's obviously not the same as with a live model. So let's give it a try and see whether this 1/32nd power is enough. And what I'm going to ask you to do, Valeria, is to try to look between these 2 monitors, okay? Between this one and this one. And I want you just to pull down the blind a little bit at your eye level, but also maybe on the other side if you can, on this in the middle part. This part here, yeah, okay. And get as close as you possibly can and looking in this direction so that we can catch you with the light. Turn your head a little bit and your body a little bit more, please. That's fantastic, okay, but not your face, okay? That's it. After 3, 1, 2, 3, and wow, there we go. That's not bad for a first attempt. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So every time I take the photo, Valeria, you can relax again, okay, until the next time. So I also have a prop with me today because Valeria is styled as a private detective. I've got a little gun for her. It's not a real one, it's just a toy. So this is for you, Valeria, okay? All right, maybe if you keep it in in the other hand, in your left hand, pretend you're left-handed, because then we can see it better. All right, and if you can hold it up to where you're opening the blind, so open the blind where you can see, hold it up, and as if you're about to shoot down at somebody. Okay, that's perfect. Don't move. After 3, 1, 2, 3, and wow, that is absolutely superb. Yes, I love that. I'm really liking these photos so far, and at the end of this video I'm going to include some of the processed images from this session, which will be in black and white, high contrast. So let's take a few pictures and see what results we can get. I'm going to ask Valeria to act a little bit, so I want her to look down, look worried, point the gun, hold it up like this, all different things. Take off your hat, hold your hat, whatever you think is going to look good in the photo. Remember, you have your monitor there, so but when we're doing the photo, don't look at the monitor. In fact, let's move the monitor so that we can get it to the angle where we want you to look. Yeah, more or less about here is where we want her to look, so we can catch her eyes in the photo. So are we ready, Valeria? Yeah. Okay, so after 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I did there is I moved the light up. Before it was coming from below, and now it's coming from above. So that will change the shadows of the blinds, which we have on the background. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try and make it rain. And to help it rain, I have with me the spray bottle of water. And I'm just going to lightly spray water. Okay, so now it's raining. Let's give it a try again and see what we get now. Are we ready, Valeria? Yeah. After 3, 1, 2, 3, and yes, we can now see some of the water. Maybe if you open up one more higher. Can you go one higher? Yeah, okay, that's it. Fantastic, thank you. And that is absolutely superb. And one more. Lower the gun a little bit, that's it. Put the gun up like that, please. Fantastic, yeah, that's great. We're ready. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are really superb photos. I'm very, very happy with them. And for a one light setup, I don't think we can complain about that at all. However, I would like to see Valeria a little bit more separated from the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in a second light, which I'm going to put over here in the corner and put it up high so that it lights around this area here. It will light up her hair here and her shoulder and the rim of the hat. So I'm just going to set that up and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now as you can see over in the far corner, we have another Neewer Q3 200 watt flash. It's up as high as possible so that we can try to separate Valeria from the background without affecting too much any more of the photo. So let's give it a try. I have the flash set to minimum power, which is 1/128th. And if it is not enough, then we'll turn it up. So if you can just incline a little bit like that, please. Yeah, turn like that. And let's see, and get as close as you can, please, to the blind. Yep, that's fantastic. Don't move. And 1, 2, 3. We can see from this photo then that now we have an outline around Valeria's shoulder and her hat, but I am going to turn that up just a little bit more. So I'm going to do one more thing now, and that is I'm going to move this key light closer to try to get it in the image, to see if I can get that light to look like maybe a semi-moon. So I've moved the light closer. What I need to do now is also balance out the flash, and I'm also going to change the angle. So let's change that angle first, just to make it, I think that's about right. Okay, and now let's reduce the power on our key light. Are we ready, Valeria? After 3. 1, 2, 3, and I think the exposure is more or less right. I just need to get that a little bit more into the shot. So I'm going to move it a little bit further this way and like that. And hopefully now we're going to be able to see our moon coming through the window. Are we ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3, and yes, we can see the moon coming through the window, but unfortunately we can also see the grid. So it was an idea, but it's not a good idea. So I'm going to move it back out of view, and let's just take a few more photos with the rim light, with that background light that we have over in the corner, illuminating Valeria on her shoulder, on her hat, and also her hair. So are we ready, Valeria? After 3. 1, 2, 3, and okay. So by adding in that extra rim light, what we've actually done is taken away the shadows from the blinds from behind Valeria. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off again just to show you how that light affects. So we'll see the before and the after. So the first photo we're going to look at in a moment will be the photo with the rim light, where we lose the Venetian blind shadows behind Valeria, and the second one will be without the rim light, but where we then gain those Venetian blinds behind her. And it's just a question of taste as to which one we like more and which one we like less. So this is with, and this is without. So let's take a look at the two photos. So this is the photo with the rim light, where we can see Valeria's hair is lit and her outline is clearly defined. And this is without the rim light, where the outline has now disappeared, but we can see the reflection of the blinds behind Valeria. Well, I am really happy with the photos from this session. In a moment, I'm going to include some of the processed images in high contrast black and white, which is the equivalent of film noir style. But the photos themselves in color, I'm looking here at my monitor, even the photos in color look absolutely superb. And you could see how easy it was. We didn't need to use one of these enormous and expensive projectors with Gobos to make an artificial look, because we have a real one. Remember, look around the thrift shops, you can pick them up second-hand and you can attach them to your C-stand very easily. This is just plastic sheeting, which I need to dry. This is just plastic sheeting, which I bought in an arts supply shop. The bungee balls and the elastic cost me less than €2 altogether. And this was just a one light setup initially. I was using my Neewer Q3 200 watt flash, but I was using it at 1/32 power at its brightest, which means that you really don't need to use a 200 watt flash in a small space like this. And then, of course, it was modified using the 7-inch projector with the grid on the front. And then halfway through the session, I moved the position of the light from lower to higher. I moved it a little bit closer to see the effect that it gave there. I tried to create an artificial moon. It didn't look that great, but never mind. You can only live and learn. Experimenting in photography is one of the most beautiful things about photography. And the rain. We forgot about the rain. The water spray, which I just sprayed onto the plastic, it's still actually there. It didn't roll down or anything, so it gave the effect of a rainy day outside. And of course, that reflection from the perspex of Valeria, which gives the impression of being a real window. Then of course, halfway through the session, I added this second light, which was another Neewer Q3 200 watt flash with no light modifiers, high up on a light stand pointing down, which then gave us a rim light to separate Valeria from the background. We discovered by doing that the brightness of that light cancelled out the reflection onto the background. So we have some with the blind reflection on the background and some without. It's just a question of taste. I could have cheated. I could have taken the projector and created artificial blinds on the back, but I wanted it to be a completely genuine session. Please leave your comments and questions in the comment section down below. I always answer your questions. I love reading your comments, and interacting with the channel is a great way for me to know the kind of content which you want me to create. You'll find affiliate links to all the gear mentioned and used in this video in the description section down below. If you decide to buy something through one of my affiliate links, thank you. The price to you will be the same, and I will receive a small commission, which will help me to continue creating content for you here on this channel. Well, all that remains for me to say is thank you so much, Valeria. Don't shoot me, please. Eh? It was an absolutely superb session. I love the style that she came with today. Job well done. Excellent. Thank you very much, Valeria. And don't forget to check out her Instagram account here on the screen. Until the next time, this is Andy at Photech Video signing off. Take care and be safe.